So I guess everybody's making their own video about this topic. What's up, everybody? It is Zach the Dark Conservatarian, and I hope you all are enjoying your holiday break. Yeah, that is if you get one. And for all those who are in the service sector, especially, I hope you're doing well. My respect to you all who are working through this. I mean, a special respect to any of you that worked late Christmas Eve, or even Christmas Day for that matter. Must really suck. But anyway, might I just say that I kind of cringe at the usage of the word woke. Now, that's a long and short opinion of it. Like, I think that even for the shorter amount of time that it has been in mainstream usage, it has like aged worse than even SJW has, in my observation of things. And I guess I should also acknowledge, first of all, that there might be the possibility of like leftists trying to subvert the language with the usage of this word right here, trying to pretend like they never liked the term and saying that it's a rather useless term and all that shit. But and I'm sure that could pull up examples of leftists like unironically calling themselves woke, and now they're all pretending, or at least a good chunk of them, anyways, are pretending like it's a stupid term and they don't want to be called that because it's cringe, it's meaningless, or whatever have you. Um, but might I just say that I never really liked the term. Not really. I thought that it always like stuck to me. Why are we moving away from the usage of the term social justice warrior or social justice? Woke is just essentially the same thing. I guess better marketing or something. And the very first time that made me like really cringe whenever I heard like somebody improperly use it was when I read this one article from Washington Examiner quoting some Republican politician who was calling advocacy for single payer health care as woke. And it's all like, no, that's not wokeness. I mean, back in the day when SJW was a term that was primarily in usage, there were like plenty of people who were like center or even moderate leftists who advocate for like hikes in minimum wage, more gun control, or anything else policy wise along those lines, but also at the same time thought it was stupid of how that Anita Sarkeesian was obsessing over there being sexy women in video games. And honestly, the more and more that I go hearing like Gen Xers and boomers use the term, it makes me feel even worse about it. Like it just feels like an older adult trying way too hard to be hip and cool with the kids whenever they use that term. They did not use the term SJW beforehand, and so maybe if they used the term SJW back in the day, that term would have like aged worse for me as well. But still, here we are in our current day of where that woke is the main word of usage right now, and misused too, for that matter. In fact, the misusage of the word woke has gotten so bad post 2020 to where that people are saying that even the littlest presence of a gay character is considered woke. Like, not even a gay person going on about how quote unquote cis heteronormativity is a bad thing and it should always be subverted or anything like that. No, the very moment that it's even found out from a leaked plot point of a new movie that's coming out, it's immediately jumped on as woke. Oh, this character is going to likely be gay. Like we all remember the coverage when it comes to in regards of Lightyear, how people freaked out about the lesbian kiss, and not to mention Strange World, how one of the how the young boy, I can't even remember his name right now, how he was turned out to be gay and all that stuff, and because of those that one thing out of each appropriate movie, therefore it's a movie that should be completely avoided. Like I almost go wondering sometimes if some of these more extremely conservative, well, conservatives would even freak out about the idea of a movie that is like anti-bullying. Doesn't even show like much of like gay. Picture this: you have a movie of like three main characters, and one of those three characters comes out of the closet as gay. doesn't kiss anybody, does not have to go on about it a whole bunch, but just comes out about it. And then one of the other characters of this trio of friends, he starts freaking out and even bullying this kid who just came out of the closet. And the third character is starting to like, struggle on which side that he should take, only to find out like going towards the end of the movie that even though if he doesn't approve of the kid number one like being gay, he realizes that the way that kid number two is acting towards kid number one, it's still not right and should be fought up against. Like, would conservatives like and completely like PG rated or even G rated, nothing graphic show, not even a gay kiss, like keep on saying, but would conservatives like even start to freak out about that, call that woke, say that that's something that should not be shown to your kids? Like, I don't know, just some of the ways that some conservatives like react to this sort of stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, I think that the way that gay stuff is handled sometimes is very cringe. Like, the way that that gay relationship in Strange World was handled was very cringy and forced, but not because of the fact that the relationship was gay or anything. In fact, I think I like, okay, there was the fact that they kissed, but even despite the kiss, I think that the relationship in Lightyear was handled with a little bit more subtlety and less cringiness than the gay aspects of Strange World. But no, apparently both of them are just equally bad, equally woke, quote unquote. Not even getting up on any soapboxes or anything like that. Just the fact that those gay characters like even existed at all. And one of them being a totally original property, and the second one being, quite honestly, a mostly original property. I mean, Lightyear isn't even like the same universe as Buzz Lightyear Star Command, and it's a future timeline anyway. So who knows of how how much more affluent or prolific that gay relationships would become in the future in real life here. Anyways, sometimes these people would just act like that the mere existence of anything like outside of regularity, normality is just a wokeness in of itself. Honestly, I think that a more working definition of wokeness would probably have to be pushing of identity politics. And might I emphasize that the mere existence of somebody of a certain arbitrary identity is not in of itself like a pushing of identity politics. Or at least I think that might be a good start for a definition of wokeness. But as of so far, it doesn't seem that there is like any like cemented, solid definition of wokeness. And to sort of run along with the basic definition that I gave, then that would mean that unless this single-payer healthcare system being advocated by Democrats was something to be based off of race, like, oh, we are going to prefer like darker skinned people over that of white people, then no, advocacy of single-payer healthcare system by itself is not wokeness. At that point, you might as well just be saying leftism. And really, are we going to start changing the dictionary to where that instead of using the term leftism, we're going to call it all wokeism? That's just major cringe to me. Like, why even make the word change? Why not just stick with calling it all leftism at that point? And by the way, I'm not totally against just calling out leftism like being pushed in movies. Like, honestly, I am about as equally against a kid movie pushing communism as a good thing as much as I am against a kid movie pushing how it is a bad idea to be colorblind, how that kids should actively start acknowledging their differences in skin color, how you should be doing that, etc. Even though I would not call communism wokeness by itself in any kind of way. Whereas the other thing that I mentioned there, that almost CRT-esque logic right there of how you have to acknowledge difference in skin color, that would be like a form of wokeness, I mean, quite frank. But it is my opinion that with all this said, we should like just plain stop using the word woke, wokeism, wokeness, whatever else have you. I mean, at the same time, I guess it has been a more successful marketing strategy for Republicans than the term SJW ever was. I mean, you got more old people using the term woke than they ever used SJW back in the day. But at the same time, it seems to be a bit of a double-edged sword. And now that we all, well, not we all, I mean, obviously not me and not you, my regular viewing subscribers, we're not doing this, but it seems that too many people on the right, just in general, are now calling any little gay thing woke. Maybe not so much seeing like a black person take the central role of a movie, but definitely, oh, it's revealed that a gay character is being featured in this movie. Woke. And well, obviously there was the whole debacle of War of the Rohirrim of how that was called woke, and I completely reject that idea that it's called woke or anything like that. But I don't know. Then again, maybe there is some further thought on how that we need to like better articulate our terms and what we are trying to talk about here. And I'm fine with that too. But I want either that to happen or we just stop using the term wokeness entirely. It seems to be useless, quite frankly, in my honest opinion. But these have been a bit of my ramblings right now. I hope I said something of substance. I hope that you were able to like get something of value out of listening to this video. But and I hope I made my own opinion clear as far as what I think of the term before somebody thinks that I am some dissident, right, no bullshit type of right winger who calls literally everything that isn't white, straight, and male woke, or in movies or whatever else have you. But anyway, I'm Zach the Dark Conservatarian. I'll see you all later. Have a happy new year. Bye bye.